Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a fun one for you today. We got a little floating icon up here on the left hand side. When I hover over it, it's going to change color and drop down a menu. Click on whatever item you want, and when you roll back off of it, it's going to disappear back up there. And it's fully responsive if I hit my F12 key. Here it is on an iPhone. Of course, you'll have to tap on an iPhone. Menu will drop down. Click off of it. It'll disappear back up there. And similar on an iPad. Let's get an iPad Air up. There it is on an iPad. Let's make it regular size. There's your little menu. Hover over, tap on whatever you want. Click off. Disappears back like that. Really nice little feature to have on your site. Really easy to do. No coding involved in this today at all. So let's get rid of my inspector here. I'm going to enable the visual builder. Okay, once enabled, I'm going to go down and delete what I've got going on here. Okay, I'm going to start off by adding a new row. Doesn't matter too much where you put it. I'm going to use one column in mind because we'll be repositioning it at a later date. I actually use Divi Supreme modules menu module to build mine earlier on. You can use the regular Divi menu module if you want to, or you can create individual menu entries using the text module, which we've done plenty of times before. Okay, so let's find the Divi Supreme menu module. There it is right there, Supreme menu. If you want to learn more about Divi Supreme, take a look at our playlist below this video. We've covered most of the 50 modules you get with it and 7 extensions. And that menu it's on is going to work fine for me. If you've got sub-menu items, you can choose whether to collapse them or not. I'm going to leave the schema on. The only thing I really want to do is give it a different background. So I'm going to go to background down below. I'm going to make it a black color. I'm going to give it a little padding on the left and on the top because we're actually going to shrink it down with the row in a little while. So over in design, I can go to spacing. Let's have 30 on the top perhaps and 30 on the left. Let's take that down to 20. Great, that's going to work fine for me. You can adjust everything in your design here, obviously, as you probably saw. Sub-menus, menus, titles, everything like that. I'm going to leave mine just as it is. That's going to work absolutely fine for me. So I'm going to save that. Great. Well, next up, I want to add a little icon. I guess we could have added that first. I'm going to add a new module. I'm going to roll down, find the little icon. I want a menu module. Or menu icon, I should say. I'm going to use that filled one right there. It's right at the bottom. Great. Well, I don't want to put a link or a background in. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to match our little purple color up there. So over in the design icon, I'm going to hit the purple. Perhaps when they hover over it, I'm going to change it to a different color. Common to all Divi modules. If you hover over the dark writing within a module, you'll see some little icons appear. There's a little arrow. We can create a hover effect. Desktop tab, it's when the mouth is not on it, obviously. I'll keep it purple. Hover tab, click on it. Have a completely different color or entry, depending on what you're doing. I'm going to shrink mine down to perhaps 50 pixels. Perfect. I'm going to want this on the top. And I'm going to want it on the left. So let's align it left in alignment just down below the icon. Perfect. And let's just scoot it up the top. I'm going to grab the little cross there, left click and drag. I'm going to drop it just on top of my menu. Now, for anybody that wasn't sure what I was talking about earlier, if you don't have Supreme modules, which is my favorite go-to plugin if I have to install a plugin for extra functionality, you can build this quite easily with text modules by just adding a text module instead of your Supreme menu there. Roll down to the bottom. There's a text module. Put in the page you want to go to, the name of it, select it, create a link. If you're linking to your own site, keep it on target none there. Choose whatever background color you want. I'll use that black again. Give it whatever padding and spacing you want. Over in design and spacing, let's try 5 pixels top. Hit the chain, do the same on the bottom there. And we'll give it a bit more on the left and right. So perhaps give it 30 pixels, just left, because we're going to shrink this down anyway. You'll see when we do this one up here. And the great thing with doing it with text modules, you can add a little divider between by giving it a little border if you want to. We just select bottom border here. I'm going to make it 1 pix. Just so you can see it, I'll put it as red there. I'm going to change that. Perhaps a dark grey. Now if you save that, to add more links, hit the 2 squares to duplicate it. Go into your next one. Obviously change the name, wherever it is you want to take your people. And keep going till you've got as many links as you want there. Now of course, I want my icon to be touching my module down below. I don't want any gaps between these modules down here. Of course, I wouldn't be using both. But if you want to mix and match, you can do. So the easiest way is go into our row, green tab for the row. Just so you can see what's going on when I make some adjustments in a while, I'm going to give it a crazy red background. So that's our whole row. We've got a bit of space on top and bottom and in between our elements, obviously. So let's get rid of the space in between the elements first. Over in design, we can go to sizing up the top here, custom gutter width. Gutter width is the space between and the sides. I'm going to flip that to on. I'm going to drag it all the way down to the left hand side to 1. And as you can see, we've now lost the space in between those. That's touching this, this is touching this. And those 2 little links we created are side by side. Now we've still got some space top and bottom, but that's padding. So if we go to spacing, I'm going to put a 0 in the top there. Hit the chain, it'll do the bottom. Fantastic. No space on the bottom, no space on the top really. Okay, but initially I really want this row to be only probably 150 pix wide, something like that. We'll try it, we can adjust it. So still in the row, see it stretches all the way over here. I'm going to close that spacing. I'm going to go sizing on the top. And in width, let's try 150, 150px, see what happens. That's actually not too bad. It's about the size that I want it there. And as you can see with the 2 that we created manually there, just add as many as you want. You've got a nice little divider line in between them. Let's get rid of those 2 before we do anything else. I'm going to save the changes. I'm going to delete that one and delete this one. Just wanted to show you that if you didn't have Divi Supreme. Okay, we can go back into our row. We've got to make some final adjustments here, then position this. Really, initially, I only want this to be as tall as our icon there, and also as wide as it. So if we go back into our design now, back into the sizing, I'm going to remember that 150. But with the width, I'm going to do the similar thing as we did before. I'm going to hover over it till the icons come up. I'm going to hit the little arrow right there. When we're not hovering over it, I know that's only 50. So let's make it 50 pix. Let's take the 1 away. Perfect. And it's squished our menu down, but that's okay. I'm going to fix that in a moment. Now, the reason we can see these bits falling out the side here, that's called overflow. We can hide that. So let's do that. Remember that red colors are going to be gone from there. So over in advanced, to hide the overflow, we can go down to visibility. There you'll find horizontal and vertical overflow. Turn both of those to hidden. Great. As you can see, that's disappeared, or as you can't see, that's disappeared. Okay, back to design, back to our sizing. And when they hover over it, wants to be 150 wide. Perfect. Go back to desktop. We want to do a similar thing for the height. So in the height, we know our icon's only 50. Put in 50 pixels, 50px. Perfect. Then we'll hit the little arrow. Click on the hover. And let's try 300 pixels. Not quite sure how deep that was. 300px. A little too much. 250 perhaps. Perfect. Well, let's take that little red background away. So we've got that when people are hovering over them, and that when they've not got the mouse on it. So let's get rid of that background over in content. Background's always in content. Just hit the little trash can. Perfect. We're just left with our icon. Now we want to position this. Well, I want mine in the top left corner. You can put yours wherever you want. Do that. We're going to go over to advanced and position. I'm going to switch it from relative to fixed. You may think it's disappeared, but it's actually up under our main menu bar here on the left hand side. If I use a vertical offset to bring it down, put it about where I want it. Something like that. I'm going to bring it away from the side slightly, just a couple of pixels with the horizontal offset. I want to make sure the Z index is pretty high, because when this is open, it may be covering other elements on the page, especially on mobile. I want to make sure it stays on top. So I'm going to drag that all the way up. And we'll check this in a minute. Let's just check it on tablet and mobile while we're here. Hit the little icon that looks like a phone. We can flip it to tablet mode. Might decide we want to reposition it on tablet. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And let's have a look on phone. That's going to work too. We could take it down or closer to the top a little bit. It's entirely up to you. I guess we could do similar for tablet. Yeah. I think it was 87 we had. And back to desktop. I think that's fine. Great. Well, we should be good to go. Let's check this thing out. I'm going to save my row. I'm going to save my page changes. If you haven't got it open already, hit your little purple button. Hit save draft or publish if you're ready. Let's exit the Visual Builder. Here we are on our desktop. When I hover over, it's going to change color. It's going to drop down that menu. When we take the mouse off, it's going to go back to how it was. If you want to speed that up or slow it down, you can go into the row, into the Advanced tab, into Transitions, and you'll find the default is 300 milliseconds. If you want to slow it down, give it a higher value, obviously. If you want to speed it up, give it a lower value. I didn't actually show you that. That works absolutely fine. Let's check it on tablet and mobile. I'm using Google Chrome with the inspector tool, so I'm going to hit my F12. I think most browsers have this nowadays, but if yours doesn't, Google Chrome is a free download. Here we have an iPad Air, and it's sort of tightly at the top there. Of course, I'll have to tap on it. And our menu's over the top of that image there perfectly, because we adjusted that Z index. Let's actually roll up the site, make sure it's going to stay on top for everything. Footer will probably go on top of it. That works fine. Yeah, click off. It'll go back to how it was. Have a look on our little iPhone. There's an iPhone. Let's make it so you can see it. And again, we'll click. That's great. It's dropped down over that image there. And of course, you can click on the links, click off of it, disappears back there. Make sure it's going to stay on top for this also. Yeah, perfect. So there you go. There is how to do a floating drop-down menu using the Divi theme. Like I say, I've used Divi Supreme's menu, but you can do it using a Divi menu module. If you use that, though, it's going to convert down to a little hamburger menu on mobile. So I would suggest doing it the way I showed you briefly. Just use little text modules, build your menu that way. Works really well. In fact, I've got a video about that somewhere. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, drop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.